The Beat Digger starting lineup is brought to you by Equitable Savings and Loan. Proud to be Northeast Colorado's locally owned hometown savings and loan with Fort Morgan, Sterling, and Brush as their locations. Equitable Savings and Loan available 24/7 for your banking needs. The Beat Diggers have Matt Coe, the left fielder, batting first. Jaron Peterson, the second baseman, at second. Baby Matos Garcia, the shortstop, is third. The pitcher is the cleanup hitter, B.J. Hirschfeld. Batting fifth, the first baseman, Aaron Williams. Trent Mount, the third baseman, at sixth. Right fielder Ryan Fergus bats seventh. The DH is Noah Reed, and Justin Griffith bats ninth. He's the center fielder. Defensively for Sterling, Dylan Santamasso at first. The second baseman is Austin Nelson. Evan Wisdom at third. In between him at short is Matthew Wheeler. Around the outfield, Jacob Seguin left. The center fielder is Dustin Ferguson. Bodie Human right. Behind the plate is Braden Cloberdance, and on the mound is right-hander Wade Kellogg. The opening pitch is brought to you by Buildings by Design, the experience to complete your project from start to finish. Get the quality you deserve in your building by starting your build project right. Start with Buildings by Design. The left-handed hitting Coe steps in for Brush with an open stance. And the first pitch from Wade Kellogg is swung on and lifted into right center field. That's going to be played on a hop for a base hit. Off the end of the bat there by Coe. And that's the way this game starts from Sterling. That'll send up Jaron Peterson. Beat Diggers want to get off to a quick start being the visiting team, and also knowing that after that 10-run loss, their worst game of the season on Tuesday, they want to get back on track. Peterson wearing those high socks. I don't know, those are new cleats. Maybe he's always worn the high socks. The stretch and the pitch. And that's right there for a strike with a fastball at the knees. No balls and one strike. To Jaron Peterson. Peterson was 0 for 3 against the starter Evan Wisdom on Tuesday. Stretched by Kellogg. Two-step lead. The pitch squaring to bunt and lays it down foul up the first base side. No balls and two strikes to Peterson with Baby Matos Garcia on deck. Overcast day. This is going to be the last day of pretty decent weather. Tomorrow it won't be too bad. And then some atrocious weather coming in Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Tuesday will be a little bit better, but it'll be cold and rainy. Beat Diggers are not scheduled to play again until a week from today at home against University, and that fastball is up and in. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Again, Matt Coe with a conservative lead. Only about a step out there. He's got plenty of speed, though. Peterson awaits the 1-2 pitch. Here it is. And the breaking ball is popped foul out of play off to the right. And it remains at 1-2. Yeah, last year in Sterling, the Tigers won 3-1 in a classic pitching matchup, that is, between Kyle Rosenbrock, who struck out 12 in the game, and Jacob Thiessen. Both teams went to the state tournament, got to the semis, swung on and lifted into shallow right center field. Ferguson is coming on. Bodie Hume nearly made that catch, but it was Ferguson instead. Seemed to be some confusion out there because that ball was closer to Hume, but Ferguson called him off for the opening out. And I think what fooled Ferguson is that the ball was drifting to the right. But nonetheless, he took charge for the opening out. And that'll send up Arnoldo Matos Garcia. It's going to be tough to hit it out of here today with that wind blowing in and drifting over to the right. More like a crosswind. The stretch and the offering. And the breaking ball is down and away. Well, it's a strike at the knees at the late call. On the outside corner. That's more like a call you see in softball when they wait that long, unless it's a strike 3. Again, a short lead for Coe. Baby awaits the pitch. Swung on and popped foul. Out of play off to the right on the breaking ball. It's 0-2. You can follow us on Twitter at KSIR Sports or our 1010 KSIR Sports Facebook page. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, 1 on. Top of the first inning. No score in Sterling. Again, Coe with a short lead at first. The pitch, runner goes. It's outside and dropped by Cloberdance. An easy stolen base for Matt Coe. And now the Beet Diggers have a runner in scoring position. Let's see if Baby can drive in the game's first run. Down in the count now is Matos Garcia. The stretch and the pitch. Swung on and laced down the left field line, and that one's headed for the corner. Rounding third and scoring easily is going to be Matt Coe. And Baby around first, and he's in the second with a one-out double here in the top of the first inning as the Beet Diggers grab a 1-0 advantage. And that thing was tattooed on a ball hanging in the zone there, thrown by Wade Kellogg. And Baby did not miss it whatsoever. That'll bring up B.J. Hirschfeld. B.J.'s an outstanding pitcher. He's the ace on this team. Probably needs more than one run, but, man, he's shown he's good enough to shut down opponents without needing much support. Baby off of second. The stretch, and the pitch is way outside. 1 ball and no strikes to Hirschfeld. Kellogg looks in. And the offering swung on. That ball's grounded up the middle. The shortstop Wheeler to his left will throw on the run for the out. Moving to third is Baby. There's 2 down. And that'll send up Aaron Williams. Williams had a base hit on Tuesday in that 10-run loss by the Beet Diggers in 5 innings. Brush never had the lead in that game. They had tied it at 1, but Sterling controlled it from the beginning to the end. And Kellogg will be operating out of the stretch with a man at third and 2 down. And that fastball is upstairs. 1 ball and no strikes. Cloberdance lays down the sign. And Williams awaits the 1-0 offering. Here it is. And he takes a fastball a little bit high as well. 2-0. And Williams hitting over 400 going into this game. Is the leading hitter on this Brush team. And now you're in a hitter's count. 2-0 to Aaron Williams. Off of third is Matos Garcia. And the pitch. And that's a fastball for a strike. On the outer half thigh high, it's 2-1. 2 balls and 1 strike to Williams. And the offering. And the breaking ball swung on and missed. That hung in the zone. That was a similar pitch that Baby scorched down the left field line, but Williams swung underneath it. And it's 2-2 to Aaron Williams. Again, Cloberdance lays down the sign, and the 2-2 pitch. Swung on and lined for a base hit into right field. They're going to make it to first, and he's going to beat that one barely. Scoring is going to be Matos Garcia. But let me tell you, there was a play over there. Hume nearly threw him out from right field. Good job by Aaron Williams running through the base, and now the Beet Diggers lead 2-0. Third hit of the inning for Brush. But that was a pretty close play at first. I mean, Hume did an excellent job coming up with that baseball and nearly throwing Williams out from right field. And here is Trent Mount out of the 6 hole. So the Beet Diggers got off to the start they needed to. Still batting here in the first pitch. And that is a fastball for a strike at the knees. 1 ball and no strikes. Williams in double digits in RBIs as well after that base hit to score Baby. Kellogg looks in, and the offering, and that fastball rides up and in. The count levels at 1-1 to Trent Mount. Short lead at first for Williams. The offering swung on and fouled off to the right and out of play. Excellent location there by Kellogg. Threw it down and away, and Mount had to reach for it. So it's 1-2. The Beet Diggers already have, as I mentioned, 3 hits in the opening inning. This will be pitch number 21 for Kellogg as well. I don't think Williams is going anywhere with a 1-step lead. And that rides up and in. Took something off it, and the count is at 2-2. It's a young Sterling Tiger team, but they have played well of late after dropping the opening 2 games here to Weld Central. They've won 5 of their last 7. And those are all league games. 2-2 to Mount with an open stance from the right side. Stretch and pitch. Swing and a miss and a breaking ball. Strikes. And the Beet Diggers are done in the top of the first, but they get 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors and a man left. Let's head to the bottom of the first. It's a 1-minute break. Brush 2, and Sterling is coming to bat on 1010 KSLR and KSLR.com. Let's get to the Tiger lineup with the Beet Diggers scoring 2 runs in the top of the first. Batting first is the shortstop Matthew Wheeler. Austin Nelson, the second baseman, at second. The DH is Anthony Jimenez. Braden Cloberdance, the catcher, hits fourth. Evan Wisdom at third, hits fifth. The first baseman's the 6-hitter Dylan Santamasso. Batting seventh, the right fielder Bodie Hume. Wade Kellogg, the pitcher, hits eighth. Upsegi, the left fielder, is batting ninth. The Beet Diggers defensively have Aaron Williams at first, Jaron Peterson at second. The third baseman is Trent Mount. Over at short is Baby Maltos Garcia. Matt Coe is in left, Justin Griffith in center. The right fielder is Ryan Fergus. Behind the plate is Aaron Garcilaso, and on the hill, the right-hander B.J. Hirschfeld. As Hirschfeld's last start was a good one, 4 scoreless innings against Resurrection Christian a week ago Monday. As the Beet Diggers rallied for a 4-2 victory, he got the no decision in that game. So here's Matthew Wheeler. Yeah, Wheeler gave the Beet Diggers fits on Tuesday. He was on base multiple times and was instrumental at the top of the lineup. Wind and pitch, swung on and grounded to short. Baby's got it on hop number 3. Sets and throws to first for the out. 1 pitch, 1 out for Austin Nelson. Another right-handed hitter for Sterling. And the Beet Diggers, after suffering from a case of the walks with 19 in the last 2 games, have got a control pitcher there. And Hirschfeld and the offering. And that fastball rides on the inside corner for a strike. No balls and 1 strike. With an open stance is Nelson. Wind and pitch. Swung on and lifted foul, out of play off to the right. 0-2, and this is a game that if BJ can go the distance, it would be a huge bonus, considering the pitchers the Beet Diggers have used between last Friday and 2 days ago. 0-2 to Nelson, the offering. Swung on and fisted in fair territory. I thought it went off the hitter, and it did. It's a foul ball. Count stays at 0-2. Beet Diggers had an RBI double from Baby and a run-scoring single from Aaron Williams for their 2 runs. No balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch swung on line towards center field for a base hit. Maltos Garcia nearly flagged it down, and that was on an 0-2 pitch. That got a little bit too much of the plate, and here's Jimenez stepping in. Beet Diggers at double play depth. 1 for 3 was Jimenez on Tuesday. Nelson with about a 2-step lead at first. And the offering. Fastball is down and away off the glove of Garcilaso. 1 ball and no strikes. That was the first ball that Hirschfeld threw in 6 pitches. Jimenez awaits the pitch, and that rides low, 2-0. I think Garcilaso was fooled by that pitch. He caught it like he was crossed up. 2 balls and no strikes. Yeah, the wind continues to blow briskly here in Sterling and throughout northeast Colorado. The pitch swung on and lifted into right field. Going out as the second baseman, and it's going to be caught over there by Fergus. Peterson was way out there. Fergus had body language that indicated that he wasn't sure where the ball was, but he was able to flag it down for the second out. And that'll send up Brayden Cloberdance, unless he was trying to deke the runner at first. And Ryan had a ball that he misplayed on Tuesday, as did other beat diggers. It was pretty much a disaster in the 8-run fifth inning in which Brush committed 3 errors. Brayden Cloberdance from the right side. Hirschfeld delivers. Swung on and grounded right side. The first baseman, Williams, has it. Flips to the pitcher covering for the out. And that does it. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and a man left. Let's head to the second inning. Brush 2, Sterling nothing. This is 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. It'll be 7, 8, and 9 for the Beat Diggers. Headed to the second, Ryan Fergus, Noah Reed, and Justin Griffith. Against the right-hander Wade Kellogg, the Beat Diggers hold a 2-0 lead with 3 hits in the opening frame. The baby double was brought to you by MMI International, scoring the first run when buying a mixer feeder truck. Nothing compares to the MMI design, craftsmanship, and service. Your operation deserves the best. MMI International, 842-5161. Fergus did have an RBI, driving in the final run for Rush on Tuesday, and then the offense was shut down. After that, of course, they only played 5 innings. Wide by Kellogg, and the pitch, and the fastball is down and away. Kellogg did throw 22 pitches in the opening inning, so he'd like to significantly reduce that to save himself for latter innings. Here's the wind and the 1-0. Down and away again. 2 balls and no strikes to the Beat Digger right fielder. Fergus awaits. Wisdom playing back at third. The pitch. Swing and a miss. That fastball at the letters. Yeah, that's not Fergus's pitch. He just saw it pretty well, but gotta be tough to hit that one as high as it was thrown. 2 balls and 1 strike. Wade Kellogg turns and fires. Swung on and grounded right back to the mound off his chest. Kellogg throws to first for the out. One down for Noah Reed. Reed has swung a clutch bat lately. Had that game-winning base hit against Valley on Friday in an 8-7 win. He was 1 for 2 against Sterling in the loss. Another right-handed hitter. He's the DH this afternoon for the Beat Diggers. With Coe playing left field, the pitch up and away with a heater to Noah Reed. .354 in the gaps here. 365 straight away. Down and away. Wow, that's a strike. Well, that's a frame strike as that was off the plate. Nice job by Cloberdance framing that pitch. There's no doubt that thing missed. But that was a frame job that allowed the strike to be called. And the 1-1. And that bounces in. Ball 2, strike 1 to Noah Reed. 2-0 Brush. We're at the top of the second inning. 1 out, nobody on. On a very windy Tuesday, but the temperature's in the mid-70s, so wind kicked up like this, like it did even more fiercely a couple of weeks ago against Strasburg, then it becomes fairly intolerable. The offering swung on and grounded a short. Wheeler backhands it to his right, fires to first low, but it's scooped up there by Sanamaso, and there's 2 down. 2 down for the 9th place hitter, Justin Griffith. Justin had just 1 official at bat. He had a couple of plate appearances. Did have that sacrifice bunt, which is why he only had that 1 at bat on Tuesday. Left-handed hitter for Brush, 1 of 2 lefties in the lineup. The offering It tails on the outside corner. Took something off it for a strike at the knees. Kellogg setting up on the left side of the rubber. Turns and fires. Swung on in line down the third baseline for a base hit. Headed towards the corner. Griffith is around first. He's into second with a 2-out double. Utilizing all that speed was Justin Griffith. And the Beat Diggers pick up their 4th hit of the game. Here comes Matt Coe. He had a base hit into right field and later scored in the 2-run first inning. Yeah, the Beat Diggers certainly can't stop, even though Hirschfeld is one heck of a pitcher. Got to keep going here. And the Beat Diggers scored their 2nd run in the first inning with 2 down. The stretch. Pitch to Coe. Takes a breaking ball for a strike on the outside corner. No balls and 1 strike to Matt Coe. A base hit to the outfield will easily score Griffith. Looking back is Kellogg, the offering. Swung on and grounded left side, headed for left field. That is going to be a base hit. And Griffith is going to round third. The throw towards the plate. The slide, and he's going to be out. Holy mahungus. What a throw out there to nail Griffith at the plate. I was surprised. I thought he was going to score easily, but Segi with a dart to the plate, and Cloberdance applies the tag, and that does it for the Beat Diggers in a second. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, and a man left. 1.5 complete. It is Brush 2, Sterling nothing on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. Jacob Segi made a terrific throw, nailing the speedy Justin Griffith at the plate on the base hit from Matt Coe. And that keeps it at a 2-0 lead for Brush going into the bottom of the 2nd inning. Yeah, that's why you can never speak too soon, John. I would have never. That was a grounder into left field, but Segi was playing shallow. Had all the momentum going towards the plate. And I really didn't read the jump that Griffith had, but obviously it was a good one. Or not as good, maybe, perhaps, or maybe just Segi just made a better play. So here is Wisdom, the winning pitcher on Tuesday. Wine in the offering. Swung on and grounded right side. Second baseman Peterson has got it. Fires to first, almost wide of the target. And Williams had to reach out to his left, and there's 1 down. 1 out for Dylan Santamasso. 10 pitches. He's retired for the 5 hitters he's faced. And again, that will just allow Hirschfeld to go deeper into the game. Off to the left. And the pitch swung on and chopped foul up the third base side towards the Sterling dugout. No balls and 1 strike. Got a little mix of clouds. I think I felt actually a couple. Yeah, I have felt a couple of drops here. The offering swung on and popped up behind the plate. Garcilaso to the screen, and it's out of play just over the fence. It's 0-2. Yeah, I saw looked like Mark Baker was trying to get out of the way there. No balls and 2 strikes. Veteran umpire watching a game here on the Beat Diggers side. 1 out and the base is empty. Now the only hit that Sterling got was on an 0-2 count, and Nelson hit it up the middle. Let's see what Hirschfeld throws on this pitch. Rides the fastball up and in. 1 ball and 2 strikes with Bodie Hume on deck. Santamasso awaits the pitch. Hirschfeld gets a sign from Garcilaso, the offering. Swing and a miss. Boy, he pulled the string on that changeup. And there's 2 down. That was a beautiful pitch by B.J. Hirschfeld. That'll bring up Hume. Hume had a couple of base hits and 3 at-bats on Tuesday. With the open stands from the right side, Hirschfeld comes home. Fastball is upstairs. AC Ice proudly supports local high school sports throughout Northeast Colorado. You can find it in any local grocery or convenience store near you. 1-0. Swung on and fisted on the ground on the right side. Second baseman Peterson will sidearm to first, and that's a 1-2-3 inning for B.J. Hirschfeld. We'll head to the third after the 1 minute break. It's Brush 2, Sterling nothing in Sterling on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. The Beat Diggers lead 2-0 as we head to the third in Sterling. I'm John Beltran. As the sun has broken through the clouds, but the wind certainly has not gone away. It'll be the 2, 3, and 4 hitters for Brush. Jaron Peterson, Arnoldo Maltos Garcia, and B.J. Hirschfeld against right-hander Wade Kellogg. As Jaron steps in. Peterson, his first time up, popped out, and that's a pitch for a strike. Run! Whoa! Wow! All right, ball one. I don't know that. I tell you what, I don't know where that missed. Or must have rode inside. That looked pretty good from here. 1-0. That's definitely outside. 2 balls and no strikes. Yeah, I have no idea where that first pitch missed. Excuse me. Careful. 2 balls and no strikes. And the offering way outside. I think Kellogg might have been affected by that first pitch call because it looked like it got the entire plate. And now the last 2 pitches have not been close, and it's 3-0 to the leadoff hitter, Jaron Peterson, here in the third with the Beat Diggers up 2-0. The wind and offering. That's right there, down the middle at the knees for a strike. It's 3-1 to JP. Peterson digs back in. The wind and the 3-1. Outside, and it's a walk to Jaron Peterson. And the first free pass issued by Wade Kellogg, and it begins the third inning. And here is Arnoldo Maltos Garcia. Now the Beat Diggers have got to be careful when they run the bases after the speedy Griffith was thrown out to end the second. Maltos laced a double down the left field line, scoring Coe in the first. Peterson with a 2-step advantage. The stretch by Kellogg. He goes. Swing and a miss on the off-speed. The throw to second off his knees by Kloberdance, but safe. Well, let me tell you, Kloberdance has got an outstanding arm there. That was a rope that he delivered, but Peterson got a great jump on the off-speed pitch. No balls and 1 strike. Now Baby with a chance to drive in another run for the Beat Diggers. Stretch by Kellogg and the offering. Swung on and popped foul and out of play off to the right. And the count levels at 1 ball and 1 strike to Arnoldo Maltos Garcia. This is the heart of the order for the Beat Diggers here in the third inning. So far they played clean baseball after having virtually no clean baseball on Tuesday. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 on, nobody out. The offering. Breaking ball, lined and caught! Oh, the ball was caught. Throw back to second for the double play. That was caught in self-defense by Wade Kellogg, and it's a double play. There's 2 down. Well, hey, the good thing is that Kellogg didn't get hurt. Not only did he not get hurt, he turned a double play on that rifle. So 2 down, and the Beat Diggers hit into some bad luck there. And here is B.J. Hirschfeld. Hirschfeld grounded out in his first at bat. First-year head coach Jeff Squire went to check on his pitcher, and he did okay. Yeah, that thing was hit up the middle, but if he didn't catch it, it was going to go off his body. The breaking ball is down and away. 1 ball and no strikes to B.J. Hirschfeld. Kellogg ready. Kloberdance lays down the sign. And Kellogg kicks and fires outside with a fastball. 2 balls and no strikes. Accidents and illness can strike at any time, day and night, when they do every second counts. As a level 3 trauma center, Colorado Plains Medical Center can handle any type of emergency, and the fastball is there for a strike. Ball 2, strike 1. Yeah, if that liner was hit anywhere to the left or right of Kellogg, it would have been into center. The pitch swung on and grounded foul down the third baseline. Count moves to 2-2 to B.J. Hirschfeld. Brush got their 2 runs in the first inning, thanks to Baby's double and Aaron Williams' single. Williams is on deck, but he's going to bat in the next inning unless Hirschfeld can get on right here with 2 down. And the 2-2. Breaking ball, line, base hit into left field. And now that double play turned by Kellogg looms large, because it could have been a big inning for the Beet Diggers. But because of Kellogg's reflex play and that double play, you got 2 down and 1 on, and Colin Cole's the runner at first for Brush. Here's Aaron Williams. Let's see if Cole takes off. Williams' base hit went to right field, but he hit it so hard that the right fielder Bodie Hume nearly threw him out. The Beet Diggers already have 6 hits in the game. The stretch and the pitch. Swung on line, foul off to the right, well out of play. No balls and 1 strike. To Aaron Williams, the senior first baseman, having a banner season. Cole with a short lead. Only about a step and a half for Colin. 0-1. And the breaking ball is inside. Count levels at 1 ball and 1 strike. Neither team has committed an error. The Beet Diggers have stranded 2, and Sterling has left 1 on base over the first 2 innings. We're in the top of the third. Kellogg delivers, and that rides inside. Throw back to first. Cole back in diving. And 2 balls and 1 strike to Aaron Williams. So now he's in a hitter's count. Kellogg taking his time to recompose himself. Again, Cloberdance lays down the sign, and the pitch swung on and popped into deep left center field. Segi to his left in the gap, makes the catch. And that's it for the Beet Diggers in the third. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and a man left. 2.5 complete. It is Brush 2, Sterling nothing on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. It'll be 8-9-1 for Sterling here in the bottom half of the third inning. The Beet Diggers lead 2-0. Wade Kellogg, Jacob Seki, and Matthew Wheeler against B.J. Hirschfeld, who allowed just 1 hit over the first 2 frames. As Segi on deck is the lone left-handed hitter here for Sterling in the starting lineup. The wind and pitch right there for a strike with a fastball at the knees. It's 0-1. Hirschfeld threw just a total of 16 pitches in the first 2 innings. Gets a sign from Garcilaso, setting up on the inside corner, and the offering. And the breaking ball is a beauty on the inside corner. It's 0-2. And Hirschfeld has thrown a lot of first pitch strikes so far. No balls and 2 strikes to Kellogg. Wind and pitch. And rides up and in. I think he turned. He swung on that fastball up and in. Instead of turning one way, he turned the other, and the bat went through the zone. It's strikeout number 2 for B.J. Hirschfeld and 1 down. Yeah, Kellogg didn't mean to even swing at all. But once he turned his body, the bat went through the zone, and there's 1 down. And Jacob Segi now steps in, the left fielder who made a nice defensive play in the second inning. The pitch in the dirt, scoots all the way towards the Digger dugout. Only 5th ball in 20 pitches by Hirschfeld. who's allowed just one hit. That came to Austin Nelson in the first. And Segui awaits the 1-0 pitch from Hirschfeld. Here it is. Squares to bunt. A beautiful bunt up the third base side. Mount Barehands throws to first and late, and then the ball skips by. Backed up by Fergus. And then Fergus will fire to second, but it's going to be late. That'll be a base hit for Segui and an error on the third baseman, Mount. And Matthew Wheeler will step in. So the Bee Diggers commit their first error of the game after the base hit on the single there by Segui. Laid down a gorgeous bunt. Matthew Wheeler grounded to short in the first. And the Tigers are threatening in the third. Stretch by Hirschfeld. And the pitch squaring to bunt, and he misses it. It's a strike. Threw it right down the middle at the knees, and Wheeler somehow did not make any contact. No balls and one strike to Matthew Wheeler. Garcilaso setting up inside. The pitch swung on and driven into deep left center field in the gap, and making the catch is Coe. Boy, the wind is just taking that ball down, and there's two down. That ball looks like it's carrying off the bat all of a sudden. And with Coe utilizing all that speed, he made a very easy play out there. Here's Nelson, who singled. He's thrown 23 pitches to retire 8 hitters and allowing 2 hits. Pitch by Hirschfeld. Over but low with a fastball. 1 ball and no strikes. The stretch. And the offering. Swung on. That is popped up. The catcher Garcilaso in foul territory. Spots it and makes the catch. Garcilaso just off to the first base side in foul territory. Makes the grab, and that's it. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and a man. We've already played 3. Game is moving by quickly, and the beat the 2-0 lead in Sterling on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. Let's head to the top of the 4th inning, where the Bee Diggers lead the Sterling Tigers in Sterling 2-0. It'll be Trent Mount, Ryan Ferguson, Noah Reed against Wade Kellogg. The only runs scored were in that first frame by the Bee Diggers. Mount struck out swinging his first time up, and he swings and pops it up. The second baseman, Nelson, giving way. Now he's going to make the catch coming in. I tell you, the wind is playing tricks with that ball. Wheeler actually called for it for a second. Then he saw the ball was drifting towards Nelson, and Nelson puts it away for the first out. 1 out for Ryan Fergus, who grounded back to the mound. Kellogg delivers, and the fastball is up and in. 1 ball and no strikes. 2 runs on 6 hits for Brush, no runs on 2 hits for Sterling. The Bee Diggers have the game's only error. Wine and offering. Swing and a miss and a fastball tailing in. And the count levels at 1-1. Yeah, Kellogg has thrown more than double the number of pitches that Hirschfeld has. The offering. Fastball upstairs. Ball 2, strike 1. Circle L Irrigation offers the latest in Valley irrigation technology in Sterling at 335 East Chestnut, 522-8816. And the 2-1 pitch on the outside corner. A beautiful fastball there for a strike. At the knees, it's 2-2. Two balls and 2 strikes to Fergie. The wind by Kellogg. The pitch swung on and popped foul and out of play. Off to the right. Man, I'm telling you, I barely missed a vehicle driving by. Well, that's the risk when you drive by a baseball game. And the 2-2. Breaking ball is up and in. Good pitch there by Kellogg, but barely missed. It's 3-2. Kellogg did have 1-1-2-3 inning in the second. 3-2 pitch, down and away. It's a second walk issued by Wade Kellogg as Fergie is on first for Noah Reed. Yeah, let's see if Coach Fergus decides to play some small ball. He certainly has that option. I mean, they tested Trent Mounds, and Segi did a nice job of laying down a bunt, and Wisdom is even with a bag. You can lay a bunt down third. It's going to be tough to throw out Reed. The stretch and pitch, and he swings and laces it down the left field line for a base hit on a fastball up and in. And to second base is Fergus. He's going to hold up right there, and the B-Diggers have their 7th hit of the game. Well, that's just as good. And again, Noah Reed continues to get at least one base hit game after game. And here is Justin Griffith, who doubled and then was thrown out at the plate by Segi in the second. Yeah, the B-Diggers have certainly come to hit today. Let's see if they can give some more run support there for B.J. Hirschfeld. Wade Kellogg looks back, and a pitch, and the bender is in the dirt. 1 ball and no strikes. This could be the inning that the B-Diggers could extend the advantage with a 2-0 lead. Fergus at second, Reed at first, and now the wind is kicking up. Pitch swung on the line and into left center field for a base hit beyond the lunging Wheeler. Fergie's going to hold up at third. Second hit of the inning. Perfect throw to the plate by Segi, and the bases are loaded here for Matt Coe. And Griffith is now 2 for 2 in the game. Big at bat for Coe, and Coe is also 2 for 2. He's singled twice. We'll have a visit to the hill. Let's see if there's actually a pitching change, as they've gotten to Kellogg for 8 hits in the game. This all started with a 1-out walk to Fergus and then back-to-back singles from Reed and Griffith. Brenda Robinette is your Farmers Insurance agent. Will work to provide unique customized coverage at an affordable price. 522-1341. Kellogg will remain on the hill. And he's got to face the lefty, Matt Coe. And if Coe gets that first pitch, he likes swinging at that first pitch if it's anywhere near the strike zone. The offering. And he takes the curveball outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Barely missed. The infield is playing at double play depth in the middle. In at the corners, 1-0. And that drops in for a strike at the knees. Took something off it. Count is level at 1-1 to the B-Digger left fielder Matt Coe. Kellogg gets the sign from Cloberdance. And the pitch swung on and lifted foul down the left field line. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Now Coe's got to protect big time. With a 1 ball, 2 strike count, the B-Diggers up 2-0. The bases are loaded with 1 out in the top of the 4th inning. Matt Coe looking for his 3rd hit. The pitch. And that ball hit him. It hit Coe on the off-speed pitch. And it's 3-0 as Fergus will score. I tell you what, that was certainly questionable because that almost got the plate there. Yeah, Coach Squire thinking that Coe leaned into it. And Peterson, who's popped out and walked, will now hit. Yeah, there's going to be a discussion here. Because from my vantage point, that was close to being a strike. And if it wasn't a strike, and Matt, if they ruled that he didn't lean into it, then it's an RBI hit by pitch. Let's see what happens if they're going to reverse the call or stick with it. But if it's as is, then the B-Diggers would have a 3-0 lead. Yeah, but I think it's going to stay as is. And we'll have a pitching change, a 2-minute break. We're in the fourth inning. Brush 3, Sterling nothing on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. The new pitcher is Anthony Jimenez. Wade Kellogg now goes to center. Dustin Ferguson is out. Jaron Peterson with the bases loaded and 1 out, and the Bead Diggers with a 3-0 lead after Matt Coe was hit by a pitch with the bases loaded. Jimenez, a hard-throwing right-hander, gets the sign, the stretch, and the offering. It's a strike. And man, Noah Reed was way down that line. But with Wisdom off the bag, he could afford to take that advantage. No balls and 1 strike. The Bead Diggers could perhaps break it open right now. Up 3. 0-1 pitch. Fastball high. Throw back to third, and now Reed is caught between third and home. Wisdom will throw low, and now Reed going back towards third, and the throw is off of Reed as he was down the line. Now he breaks for the plate, and now he's going to be tagged out. Yep, he'll be tagged out. Yep, they called him out, and there's 2 down. Yeah, and quite frankly, that was not good base running there by Reed. In fact, sloppy base running. So Reed is eliminated at the plate. On the rundown. As Braden Cloberdance applied the tag. Now no balls and 1 strike. Yeah, quite frankly, that's just not good base running by Reed. He took a chance to pitch earlier, and then Wisdom called him on that lead. And you got the heart of the order coming up, and now there's 2 down. You do have runners in scoring position, but that could eliminate potentially a big inning because of a base running miscue. No balls and 1 strike to Jaron Peterson. The stretch and the offering. A strike with a fastball. 2 strikes on the Bead Diggers' second baseman. With Baby on deck. Jimenez gets the sign with 2 runners in scoring position. And the offering. Swung on and driven into right field. Hume is going back, still going back, ranges under it, and makes the catch. And that would have scored a run. That would have been an easy sac fly, but instead, the inning is over. Well, the good news, the Bead Diggers salvage a run on 2 hits, no errors and 2 men left, 3.5 complete. Sterling trailing Brush as the Bead Diggers are in the lead 3-0 on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. Let's head to the bottom of the fourth inning. The Bead Diggers lead the Sterling Tigers 3-0. It'll be the 3, 4, and 5 hitters, Jimenez, Cloberdance, and Wisdom against B.J. Hirschfeld, who's been outstanding so far. And he's done it in very limited time in terms of pitches. 25 pitches through 3 innings, has struck out 2 and walked none. So he's got a complete game in him easily as long as the Bead Diggers play some defense, which they've done for the most part so far. Jimenez popped to second his first time up. Wind and pitch. Swung on, lined into left field for a base hit on the first pitch delivered from Hirschfeld in the fourth. Throw him a fastball over the heart of the plate, and that's hit number 3 for Sterling. And that'll send up Braden Cloberdance. The Bead Diggers have got to look back at that fourth inning and wonder, wow, what could have been. Bases loaded and 1 out, already 1 across, and they did not score again. And it's still a ball game here in Sterling. Stretched by Hirschfeld, big lead at first. The pitch, swung on and hit in the air to right center field. Ryan Fergus comes in, and he drops the ball, picks it up, and throws to second for the force. Well, no error there. It goes 9-6 for the out, of fielder's choice. Man, Fergie's got to be better than that. He made the play, very alert play, but. And now we'll have a courtesy runner as well, with 1 down. Evan Wisdom steps in. And the courtesy runner's Christian Rose. The stretch. Toss back to first, nothing doing. B.J. Hirschfeld looking in for the sign. And the pitch. Rides outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Throw back to first, back and diving is Rose. The stretch. And the offering. Swung on and lifted toward shallow right center field. Peterson goes out. It's a base hit. And then the ball skips by Fergus, but not far enough to advance the runner past second. And now first and second all of a sudden on that little flare by Wisdom. And they've got something working here. Santamasso. Santamasso struck out his first time up. But the Tigers have a threat going. That ball was not hit hard as opposed to the base hit by Jimenez. The stretch and the offering. And that is a strike with a fastball in the inside corner. It's 0-1. The Beat Diggers lead 3-0 in the bottom of the fourth inning. That was only pitch number 30 by Hirschfeld, who has already thrown 3 1/3 innings. Looks back. 0-1. In the dirt and blocked, and now taking off for third is Rose. The throw is high and in there. It's going to be Rose. That surprised Garcilaso. It'll be a wild pitch. Totally surprised him. He never thought the runner would take off, but he did. One ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 2 on. Santamasso awaits the pitch from Hirschfeld. There it is. Swing and a miss on a changeup. Runner goes to second, no throw. So Wisdom has a stolen base. Well, if he can pull the string now, would be even better. Pull the string now and maybe pick up a strikeout. 1-2. Swung on and grounded right side, foul down the first base line. Count remains at 1-2. To Dylan Santamasso. The stretch. And the pitch. Swung on line. That's a base hit into left center field. Coach chases it down. The throw towards the plate. And then Garcilaso dropped it. And a second on the throw is going to be Santamasso. It's a 2-run single. They had a shot to nail the trail runner Wisdom, and it's 3-2. As Wisdom delivers. Well, there was a legitimate shot to throw him out. The throw was up the third base side. But to no avail. Here's Bodie Hume. So Hume stepping in for Sterling. The stretch and the pitch. That is a strike at the knees. With a fastball, no balls and 1 strike. Hume grounded out his first time up. And because of Wisdom's base hit, they're back in the game. Back there. Could tie it here. Swung on, grounded weakly left side. Mount, the third baseman, cuts it off. Throws to first low, but dug out by Williams. Now to throw to third, and Baby cuts that off. Got to be careful with that one. There's 2 down. Two down here for Kellogg. Kellogg struck out swinging his first time up. Wind and pitch. Fastball rides high. 1 ball and no strikes. There's the wind and offering. Swung on, popped up into foul territory. Garcilaso to the screen. And it's out of play. Count levels at 1-1. One ball and one strike. And the pitch. Changeup is up and in. Two and one. Wind and offering, swung on. That ball is drifted foul and out of play. Counted 2-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Wade Kellogg. Time is called. Two balls, 2 strikes. The pitch swung on and lifted down the right side, headed out of play. Remains at 2-2. The Bay Diggers had a 3-run lead going into the inning. It's down to 1. All right, we'll see another pitch here coming up from Hirschfeld with 2 balls and 2 strikes to Kellogg. Santamasso at third. I guess a lot of baseballs have gone out of play here. All right, a little delay before we resume the game. All right, back in is Kellogg. Back on the hill is Hirschfeld. He's labored in this inning. Threw just 25 pitches over the first 3, but 16 in this frame. 2-2. The pitch. Called strike 3. Breaking ball in the inside corner. And that ends a further threat by Sterling. 2 runs on 3 hits. No errors and a man left. Let's head to the 5th. Brush 3, Sterling 2 on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. Let's head to the 5th inning. The Bay Diggers lead in Sterling 3-2. Here's baby Matos Garcia, and the breaking ball went over him. Didn't break the way Jimenez would have liked to. 1 ball, no strikes. He doubled and then lined into a double play where the pitcher Kellogg, the starter, had just to survive there. That ball to the screen, it bounces in. 2-0. The Bay Diggers are looking to counter the 2 runs scored by Sterling. With the heart of the order coming up, Jimenez needed just 3 pitches to get out of a jam with 1 out and the bases full of Bay Diggers because of a base running miscue, and then he was able to retire Jaron Peterson. 2 balls and no strikes. Wind and pitch. A strike with a fastball at the knees. It's 2-1. 2-1 to Baby. Here's the wind and offering. Swing and a miss through the fastball right by Matos Garcia. It's 2-2. You want more than a 1-run lead here with the final 3 innings when you're on the road. 2-2 pitch. Down and away. 3-2. Close the book on Kellogg as he went 3 2/3 innings. He allowed 8 hits. Walk 2, the pitch. Swing and a miss. He blew away Baby with a fastball on the outer half. There's 1 down. One down for Hirschfeld, who's grounded out and singled. Yeah, there's no doubt Jimenez is bringing the heat. And when you strike out one of the better hitters in 3A, you know that you've got some stuff going there. Here's the wind and the pitch in the dirt with a heater. 1 ball and no strikes to Hirschfeld. Williams on deck, and Mount hopefully will hit in this frame as well. There's the wind and offering. Down and away. Yeah, let's see. I believe Kellogg did have a couple of walks. Yeah, issued 2 walks. Struck out 1, and that one is way outside. Jimenez was essentially falling off the mound there, 3-0. Yeah, the 9-1 hitters, both lefties, have produced for Brush. Coe and Griffith, a combined 4 for 4 the pitch. And that off-speed pitch is down and away, and Hirschfeld walks. 3rd walk issued by Sterling pitching. He'll have a courtesy runner in Colin Cole, I'm sure. And there he comes. Yeah, even if you have a courtesy runner, you've got to get all the way to the bag, and then you're granted the runner. Williams singled in a run and popped out. He is 1 for 2 in the game. Jimenez gets the sign. The pitch, down and away. Yeah, he's just falling off to the left of the mound. 1 ball and no strikes. And now Klober dancing. Smart job will go out and talk to his pitcher. Try to settle him down. Home of the $8.95 dinner menu during the week and the best prime rib and other great specials on Friday and Saturdays. That's the Atwood Steakhouse. And Bank of Colorado proudly supports local sports and academics, the family-friendly bank that believes in community first and providing customers with the best tools and service you deserve. BankofColorado.com. Bank of Colorado, the way banking should be. Member FDIC. The stretch. And the 1-0. Fastball is upstairs. That is 6 consecutive pitches out of the zone thrown by the Sterling right-hander. Short lead for Coe at first. The Bee Diggers are in the lead, 3-2 in the 5th. And the offering in the dirt. Well, this could be easy for Brush in terms of scoring a run if Williams walks, and then you get Mount up there, followed by Fergus. The Bee Diggers, for the most part, have earned their way on the base paths with 8 hits. But right now, it's 1 walk and potentially a second in a row. 7 consecutive balls thrown by Jimenez. Gets his sign from Kloberdance, 3-0. That's right there for a strike on the outer half, just above the knees. 3 balls and 1 strike. The Bee Diggers scored 2 runs in the first, 1 in the 4th. Sterling countered with 2 in the bottom of the 4th. 3-1. Upstairs with a fastball, and Williams walks. Here is Mount, who struck out and popped out to the second baseman, Nelson. This will be a huge time to deliver for the junior third baseman, Mount. Yeah, just get 1 of those runs back. You're only down to 3 innings here. In Sterling. Cole off of second, Williams at first. I wonder if he'll take a strike, considering that Jimenez is struggling to find the strike zone. And that's a beautiful pitch. Fastball on the outside corner. It's 0-1. Now you got to think that Trent's going to hit away. Although, again, let me tell you, wisdom, even with a bag at third, if you could lay down a bunt, it'd be tough to throw anybody out. Mount awaits the pitch. Here it is. He swings and grounds it sharply to short. Wheeler to second for 1. Nelson the first, dug out by Sanamaso. It's a 6-4-3 double play. And the Bee Diggers are done in the 5th inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and a man left. We have played 4 1/2. Brush 3, Sterling 2 on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. Brush 3, Sterling 2 as we head to the bottom of the fifth inning. It'll be 9-1-2 for the Tigers. Jacob Segi, Matthew Wheeler, and Austin Nelson against B.J. Hirschfeld. Man, 4 innings, 42 pitches, 32 strikes and 10 balls. He's allowed 5 hits, struck out 3, walked none. But he did labor a bit in the fourth inning when he threw 17 of his 42 pitches. Segi had a bunt single his first time up. Wind and pitch. That's a fastball for a strike down the... Whoa, where did that miss? Well, must have been high. I can't read this umpire. He backs up as if he's going to call strike. I mean, where did that miss? 1-0. That's a strike on the inside corner at the knees. I'm going to tell you, the first pitch was more of a strike than that one. 1 ball, 1 strike. Segi's not the tallest hitter, but the first pitch was not high. Swing and a miss. Pulled a string on that. It's 1-2 to Jacob Segi to lead off the bottom of the fifth inning. Hirschfeld gets a sign from Garcilaso. And the offering swung on and tapped foul up the first base side. Try to tie him up, down and in. It remains at 1-2. This is your stopper here. Your stopper is normally your pitch you can rely on after you've lost a ball game to get you a win. This is also the ace for Brush. Hirschfeld has thrown just 46 pitches, amazingly efficient and economical. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Jacob Segi. Hirschfeld gets a sign, and now time is called. Oh, there was not that much of a delay. I think the umpire called his own time. Well, let's see if that's advantage pitcher or hitter, or it doesn't make a difference. Hirschfeld pretty composed out there, so I don't think it really affects him. 1-2. Now he steps off. Yeah, I think BJ kind of needed that as well. You get thrown off of rhythm, then you got to start all over again, and you got to do that on your own cue. And the pitch. Breaking ball drifts outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Jacob Segi. Wind and pitch. Swing and a miss. Boy, that ball was diving down in the zone. Strikeout number 4 for B.J. Hirschfeld, and he struck out the last 2 hitters. And there's 1 down for Wheeler, who grounded a short and popped to left. Righty against righty after he retired the lefty. And the offering. Swing and a miss. What a changeup thrown by Hirschfeld. It's 0-1. Wheeler was way out in front of that one. And this will only be pitch number 50 for Hirschfeld in the game. Here it is. And that's a fastball for a strike on the inside corner, thigh high, and it's 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes. The Sterling shortstop awaits the pitch from Hirschfeld. Swung on, tap foul up the third base side on the breaking ball. Remains at 0-2. Well played game so far here in Sterling. The Bee Diggers are looking to salvage the split of the series after losing badly at home on Tuesday, 13-3-5. Back in the box is Wheeler, down in the count at 0-2. Wind and pitch, and a check swing foul out of play. Just stuck out that bat and kept the at-bat alive. Yeah, it would have been a ball anyway, but Wheeler had kind of halfway committed there. And the pitch swung on and lifted down the left field line. The third baseman, Mount, is out. So is the shortstop, Matos Garcia, who makes the catch in foul territory. Baby puts it away for out number 2. Yeah, that's usually the shortstop's play because he's got the better angle. And he took charge there, and 2 down here for Austin Nelson, who singled and popped out. And again, Hirschfeld threw a very effective 0-2 off-speed pitch to get Wheeler out in front. Digging in is Nelson from the right side. And the pitch, swing and a miss. Pulled the string on that changeup. Down and in, it's 0-1. Digging back in is Nelson with an open stance from the right side. Garcilaso setting up inside the offering. Off his glove to the screen. It's upstairs anyway. 1 ball, 1 strike. It's a good combination, this battery here of Hirschfeld and Garcilaso. Then you add some speed in the outfield with Coe. And good-looking team out there, the Beat Diggers today, with a 3-2 lead and the 1-1. And the breaking ball drops in for a strike on the inner half of the knees. Ball 1, strike 2. Hirschfeld is looking for a 1-2-3 inning here against the number 2 hitter for Sterling. And the pitch rides inside with a fastball. Count levels at 2-2. Well, how about this? Valley beat University on Tuesday 11-1. The pitch swung on line, foul off to the right. Yeah, Valley beat University on Tuesday 11-1. Today, University beat Valley 11-1. Well, that is crazy. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The base is empty in the bottom of the 5th inning. Nelson awaits. Swung on, grounded foul down the third base side. Remains at 2-2 to the Tigers' second baseman. Your family's safety is their main concern at Smart Parts. So let the trained professionals work with you at Smart Parts. We'll do another 2-2 to Nelson. Here it is. Swung on, grounded foul up the first base side. This will be the 8th pitch of the at-bat here to Nelson. And BJ comes home. Swung on and lined and caught by Matos Garcia. Baby dove to his left and took it off nearly his shoe tops and a slow liner, and it's a 1-2-3 inning. Good play by Baby. Let's head to the 6th inning. The score, Brush 3 and Sterling 2 on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. Let's move to the top of the 6th inning. The Beat Diggers with a 3-2 advantage over the Sterling Tigers. Need some insurance. Only have 2 innings to play with here. You don't want to go extra, certainly. It'll be Ryan Fergus to lead it off for Brush. Fergus grounded out and walked. The pitch. Fastball is up and away by Jimenez, who struggled with his control. 21 pitches and only 9 strikes. However, has not allowed a run. 1-0 offering. Swung on and driven into the right center field gap. That's going to be a long run. That ball is going to find the gap all the way towards the fence. Fergus is around first. He's headed to second with a leadoff double here in the 6th inning. And for the Beat Diggers, they pick up their 9th hit of the game and their first off Jimenez. And here's Noah Reed. Here's a big opportunity for Brush. Especially with the bottom of the lineup, and the next 2 hitters in Griffith and Coe have gotten on base 5 times combined. The stretch. Reed has a base hit in the game, squaring to bunt, and the pitch. Fastball rides inside. Yeah, watch out at second. It's a big lead out there for Fergus. Beat Diggers already made a big base running mistake in that 4th inning. They don't want to run themselves into an out. Cloberdance lays down the sign. 1 ball and no strikes. Reed squares to bunt. And now stepping off is the Sterling right-hander. Yeah, Brush has out-hit Sterling 9-5, but it's only a 1-run lead. The stretch by Jimenez, and then a throw back to second, and it's off the glove, but backed up there by Kellogg. Off the glove of Nelson. Bead Diggers have had two men thrown out at home plate, but nobody at second or third, not by a pickoff or anything like that. 1-0 on Noah Reed. The pitch. That's there for a strike with a fastball in the outer half at the knees. Evens the count to the senior. 1 ball and 1 strike. First year starter and having a good season for Brush. Squaring to bunt and lays it down, foul up the third base side. Now let's see what Coach Fergus decides to do. Normally with 2 strikes you don't attempt a bunt. You just swing away and hope for the best. Obviously if Noah can hit it to the right side, even if he gets out, that would be just as good. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Jimenez looks in. Looks back towards the base runner, Fergus at second. The offering. And that bender went to the screen. All the way to third there is going to be Fergus. He threw that way, way high, and there was no chance of that being caught. Cloberdance is a wall behind the plate, but he's not that good. Nobody is. Just lost control of the breaking ball. And I think Coach Squire is going to bring the infield in for Sterling. It's going to be a 2-2 to Noah Reed. He awaits the pitch. Here it is. In the dirt. 3-2 to the Bead Digger DH. Out of the stretch is Jimenez with a man at third and nobody out. Reed awaits. 3-2 offering. Swung on and drifted foul. Now to play off to the right. Now you got to come away with at least a run here. Man at third, 1 out. They didn't score. They had bases loaded and didn't score after they had scored already with 1 out. 3-2 pitch. Swung on and lifted down the left side into shallow left field. The shortstop Wheeler is out. He makes the backhanded catch. Holding up at third is Fergus, and there's 1 down. Reed got jammed on that one. 1 down for Justin Griffith. Griffith has doubled and singled. And again, bringing the infield in. Well, Coach Fergus has been known to put on a squeeze if he has to get the run in. The stretch by Jimenez. The pitch. That tail's a little bit high. And inside, 1 ball and no strikes. Again, Griffith is 2 for 2 in the game. The right-hander stretches, looks at third. 1-0. Up and away. Throw back to third. Back in standing there is Fergus. 2 balls and no strikes. Jimenez asked for a new baseball and is granted that. Brush Grocery Cart. Your one-stop shop there on Edison Street in Brush. Floral Pharmacy, Western Union, much more. Outstanding sponsor of Bead Digger Sports, Brush Grocery Cart. It's a 2-0 to Griffith. The pitch swung on and lifted down the left side into foul territory. Wisdom gives chase, but it's out of play as the third baseman couldn't get to the baseball. And it is 2-1 to Griffith. Ryan Fergus doubled to begin the inning. Advanced to third on a wild pitch, but then Reed popped to short. So the runner had to stay put. Hey, the board says 1-1, but it is 2-1. And the pitch to Griffith. Swung on, tap foul. That was out of the zone. That was down and in. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The Bead Diggers have tallied only 1 run after the first inning today, but it's still good enough for the lead. Griffith awaits. 2-2. Swung on and lifted into center field. Wade Kellogg is coming in now to his right. Kellogg makes the catch. No tag by Fergus. There's 2 down. That wasn't deep enough. Man, this could turn the game around completely. Here is Matt Coe, who has singled twice and was hit by a pitch with the bases loaded. Well, they need him badly now. But I'm telling you, now the infield is back. Well, I still think a bunt would work beautifully here. Coe's got all types of speed. And now we're going to have a visit to the hill. Yeah, maybe Coach Squire's thinking that you might put Coe on and pitch to Peterson. I don't know what the strategy is at this point. But he's having a conversation. A bank that is committed to their community and keeping banking simple. Morgan Federal Bank on the cutting edge of banking, 321 Ensign. See what options they have available. Morgan Federal Bank. There is a difference. And when you're shopping for new appliances, shop the very best appliance store in Fort Morgan. B&B Appliance, with a full and complete line of Whirlpool appliances. They'll help you find your perfect fit. B&B Appliance in downtown Fort Morgan. Another wild pitch certainly wouldn't hurt. Tons of room between the catcher and the backstop, unlike Brush, which is more limited at Sunset Field. All right, 2 out, a man at third. The Beat Diggers lead 3-2 in the top of the 6th inning. Stretch, pitch to Coe. He swings and grounds it off the first baseman down the line into foul territory. A run scores as crossing home plate as Fergus Coe to second, and the throw in the slide, and he's going to be in there. He's going to be in there, and the Beat Diggers lead 4-2 on that shot by Coe. And now Coe's going to be called out for not stepping on first. He's going to be called out for not stepping on first base, and the run does not count. Wow. Oh, man, I don't know the last time that I saw that, but the run does not count because Coe apparently did not step on first base. Sterling appealed, and the inning is over. That's a stunner. The board says 4-2, but it's I'm sure it's Sterling trailing Brush 3-2 going into the bottom of the 6th inning on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. Should be. Well, they're ruling Matt Coe did not step on first base. The board says 4-2, but it should be 3-2. Yeah, they better do something about that scoreboard there. That should be 3-2. Yeah, even the hitter to lead off for Sterling and Anthony Jimenez. 3-2. So that run does not count. Yeah, they better take that run off the board. Oh, are you kidding me? They reset the whole thing. And now they haven't turned the music off. Yeah, I mean, they got to get their act together up there. Here's Jimenez. They're completely confused upstairs in the press box. To the bottom of the 6th inning. The pitch. And the changeup is a strike at the knees. So what happened there is that Coe hit a shot off the first baseman Sanamaso on one hop, and it drifted towards foul territory, the offering, and the breaking ball nearly hit him 1-1. Jimenez got out of the way. And Fergus had crossed home plate. However, even though Coe slid in safely to second, the appeal was made that he did not step on first base. And once the appeal was held up, that run did not count. The pitch swung on, laced foul on the hanging changeup there. It's 1-2. So the Beat Diggers miss out on a huge opportunity to extend the lead. One ball and 2 strikes, and the scoreboard is blank right now. The pitch swung on and tapped out in front of the plate. Garcilaso picks it up, fires to first for the out. Nice play by the Beat Digger catcher. And there's one down. One down for Braden Cloberdance. Well, that's a crazy play. And now they're trying to reset the entire board. You know, all they had to do was go to the 5th inning, or 6th inning, I should say, and put a 0 instead of a 1, and the whole thing was eliminated. Cloberdance is grounded out and hit into a fielder's choice. He's 0 for 2. And the pitch. Swing and a miss at a ball tailing down and in. No balls and 1 strike. The Beat Diggers are clinging to a 3-2 lead on the road in a critical Patriot League contest for Brush. Wine and Offering. Swing and a miss. Oh, man, pulled the string again. No balls and 2 strikes. B.J. Hirschfeld has struck out 4 in the game. Wine and Offering. That is a called strike 3 with a fastball in the outer half at the knees. And there's 2 down. What a pitch there by Hirschfeld. That'll send up the number 5 hitter, Evan Wisdom. Yeah, you just got through 2 of the better hitters in the lineup there. Again, strikeout number 5. Wisdom 1 for 2. He had the 2-run single to account for Sterling's only runs. And the breaking ball's in the dirt. That was only the 16th ball thrown by Hirschfeld. He's thrown 53 strikes. He's been a machine out there. 1 ball and no strikes. With 2 down and the bases empty in the bottom of the 6th inning. And the Offering in the dirt. He's rarely thrown 2 balls in a row. But he did right there. 2-0. Yeah, they got that scoreboard all messed up. B-Diggers did not score a run in the 2nd. The pitch. Low with a fastball. Oh, no, they called it a strike. Wow. Man, that's the latest call I've seen in a while. 2-1. Apparently it was right at the knees. The pitch. That rides inside. Now it's 3-1. On deck is Santamaso. Wisdom awaits the 3-1 pitch. Here it is. And he pulled the string. It's all the way to the screen. Garcilaso's got to chase it down to prevent the runner from taking an extra bag. The first walk issued by Evan Wisdom. Santamaso struck out and singled. And he's the number 6 hitter in the lineup. You can get him out. You want to avoid getting to Wheeler in the 7th. But that means you cannot allow another Tiger to get on base. The stretch by Hirschfeld. And the pitch in the dirt with a breaking ball. All of a sudden, he's trying to throw it too finely here. 1 ball and no strikes. Garcilaso setting up on the inside. Throw back to first. Oh! Got back in. Did they call a balk? They did. A balk on Hirschfeld. So now a runner in scoring position. And now Sterling can perhaps tie the game with a base hit. B.J. Hirschfeld called for a balk. And the count is at 1-0 to Dylan Santamaso. There's Kevin Fergus having a conversation with the field umpire, Cody Roth, and apparently didn't come to a set, I'm guessing. That explanation continues, and the leading agricultural lender in the area is Premier Farm Credit, member-owned and committed to sharing the profits through their patronage program in Sterling, Fort Morgan, Yuma, and Holyoke. That's Premier Farm Credit. That conversation has ended. And the tying run is at second base in Evan Wisdom. 1 ball and no strikes to Santamaso. And the pitch, fastball. A strike at the knees down the middle. It's 1-1. Man, this is like Tim McClellan. Umpire retired a couple of years ago. Takes his time with a call. Can never be sure. And the Offering. And that changeup is in the dirt. 2-1. 76 pitches now thrown by Hirschfeld, but he's labored here to the last 2 hitters. 2-1 to Santamaso. Hirschfeld looks back. And now he steps off. You don't want to be worried about that base runner. He means nothing if you retire this hitter. 2-1 again. Wisdom off of second. The pitch. Breaking ball fouled off the end of the bat towards the Digger dugout on the first base side. 2-2. Now you got to throw that money pitch. He's had good changeups thrown today. As Hirschfeld has struck out 5 in the game. 2-2 to Santamasso. Big pitch coming up for the Beet Digger right-hander. The stretch and the offering. Swung on and popped up in the infield on the left side. The shortstop, Matos Garcia, makes the catch. And the threat is over. No runs, no hits, no errors, and a man left in scoring position. We head to the 7th inning in Sterling. The Beet Diggers 3, the Tigers 2 on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. 3-2 Brush as we head to the 7th inning. And the Beet Diggers go with the heart of the order here. Jaron Peterson, Arnoldo Matos Garcia, and B.J. Hirschfeld against the right-hander Jimenez. Wind and pitch. Fastball right there for a strike. On the outer half thigh high, it's 0-1. Jaron has popped out twice and walked. Hit it to the right side both times. In the air, the pitch. Fastball is up and in. Count levels at 1-1. 3 runs on 9 hits for Brush, 2 runs on 5 hits for Sterling. The Beet Diggers have the game's only error. Brush is stranded 7. Sterling has left 4 on base. Fastball outside corner, strike 2. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Or check that, 1 ball and 2 strikes to Peterson. And Jimenez delivers. Breaking ball, that's a called strike 3 on the inside corner. Beautiful pitch. And there's 1 down. Yeah, I don't think Jaron was expecting that one. 1 down for Baby, who's doubled in a run, lined into a double play and struck out. Let's see if Matos Garcia can begin a rally for Brush. The offering. Breaking ball is up and in. 1 ball and no strikes. Here's the wind and pitch in the dirt to the screen. It is 2-0. Two balls and no strikes to Matos Garcia. 1 out and the base is empty here in the top of the 7th inning. The Beet Diggers have gone with B.J. Hirschfeld. This is the second pitcher for Sterling after Wade Kellogg was removed in the 4th inning with the bases loaded, down 3-0. The stretch with the bases empty. 2-0. Swing and a miss. Baby got challenged with a fastball and was late. It's 2-1. Cloberdance lays down the sign. Stretch by Jimenez. 2-1. Swing and a miss. On a ball down in the zone. 2-2 to Arnoldo Matos Garcia. Let's see if Baby makes an adjustment, shortens up the swing, and the breaking ball is in the dirt. I'm surprised by that pitch selection there. He just threw 2 fastballs that he was late on. Then you go with a curveball, almost bail out the hitter. Now you got to throw a strike because it's a full count to Matos Garcia. 3-2. That is upstairs. Oh, yep. Well, I thought the umpire, he took a step back. Thought I was going to ring him up. But it is ball 4. Yeah, I think that 2-2 pitch was one that Jimenez wants to take back as he threw a breaking ball. There's B.J. Hirschfeld, who's grounded out, singled, and walked. He's 1 for 2. Brush looking for an insurance run. And the pitch. Fastball is upstairs. Throw back to first. Baby back and diving to the bag. 1 ball and no strikes. It doesn't matter how many hits you have, as the Beet Diggers have out-hit Sterling by 4, but have not been able to capitalize, stranding 7 runners in the game. 1 ball and no strikes. Hirschfeld awaits the pitch. Here it is. Runner goes. It's way outside. The throw by Cloberdance on his knees. The slide by Baby, and he's in there as the ball got loose in the infield. But Cloberdance has got a major league arm out there. So now in scoring position is Maltos Garcia. 2 balls and no strikes to your cleanup hitter, who's already got a base hit today. The stretch. Pitch by Jimenez. Swung on, grounded to third. Played by Wisdom, and the throw to first is in time. Baby to third, no throw. 2 down. Again, a big opportunity for Brush to try and capitalize. We've had some odd things happen on the bases today. With Noah Reed caught between third and home, with Justin Griffith thrown out of the plate, with Matt Coe missing first base, and the Beat Diggers have got to overcome those things. Aaron Williams has an RBI for the Beat Diggers in the first inning. 1 for 2, the pitch, and the benders in the dirt blocked by Cloberdance. 1 ball and no strikes. Jimenez operating out of the stretch, man. Williams is a clutch hitter. Wild pitch certainly would help. 1-0. That's in there for a strike. Took something off it. Waist high, and the count is level at 1-1 to Aaron Williams. Williams awaits the pitch. Here it comes. And that fastball is down and in. And you really got to wait. When they're close pitches, you just don't know. Ball 2, strike 1 to the Beat Diggers senior first baseman. Williams awaits the pitch. He swings and drives it deep into left center field. That ball is way back there towards the fence, and it is off the bottom of the fence. A run scores, and Williams is into second. And the Beat Diggers now lead 4-2 as Aaron Williams, for the second time in the game, delivers a 2-out hit. His first was in the first, and this one comes in the 7th inning. That's a big run for Brush. Here is Trent Mount. Mount is 0 for 3. Swag and a miss. He took a big hack at that pitch tailing in. How many times has Aaron Williams come through? Of course, we know what he did against Resurrection Christian with that 2-out base hit to win the game. And the changeup is up and away. Throw back to second. Williams back in standing. 1 ball and 1 strike. Looking in for the sign is Jimenez, the stretch. Mount awaits. Long pause. The pitch. Upstairs. 2-1. Well, can Mount deliver and extend the lead? He's got a 2-1 count. And the offering. Upstairs, Williams to third, and he's got an easy stolen base. The ball is bounced into Wisdom. Williams had an excellent jump. It's 3-1. Man, Mount has got to see a beach ball at this point, not swinging anything that's certainly not a strike. 3 balls and 1 strike to the junior Trent Mount. The pitch, and that is upstairs. Took something off it. It's a walk to Mount. That'll bring up Ryan Fergus, who's grounded out, walked, and doubled. Officially 1 for 2. The Beat Diggers now have 10 hits in the game. And Jimenez just losing command of some of his pitches. He's thrown 57 pitches, but only 27 for strikes. And the offering. Fastball is outside. 1 ball and no strikes, but he brings some heat. There's no question about it. 1-0 to Fergus. Time is called. So B.J. Hirschfeld, at the minimum, will have a 2-run lead when he takes the field and the mound. Runners take their leads. Off of third is Williams. Mount at first, and time is called again. This time by the hitter Fergus. Only 6 runs in this game, but we're closing in on 2 hours. The pitch. outside. Runner goes to second. The throw's going to go through and into center field as Nelson couldn't catch it. Williams will score. It's a stolen base. The air on Cloberdance. And the Bee Diggers now lead 5-2. So they've gotten the 2 runs back that they gave up earlier in this game. Now Fergus with a chance to extend the lead. The stretch and the pitch. Up and in. 3 balls and no strikes. Fergus should be taking all the way. And he does, and it's low and away. And it's a walk to Fergie. And now we'll have a visit to the hill. You got to wonder if that's going to be it. For Jimenez just struggling with his control here in the 7th. With the Bee Diggers capitalizing, up 5-2 now. Yeah, we will have a pitching change. Let's come back in 1 minute. It's Brush 5, Sterling 2, 2 on, 2 out in the 7th on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. This will be the 3rd pitcher for Sterling. Bodie Hume will take the mound with the Bee Diggers scoring already 2 runs in the inning. And this all began with 1 out. Baby was walked. And then the same thing with BJ. We'll check that. Then Baby stole second. Hirschfeld grounded out to third, but then Aaron Williams with a double. And then Mount also walked, as did Ryan Ferguson. A throwing error by Cloberdance allowed the 5th run to score. So Noah Reed, who's 1 for 3, will now hit. He's grounded out, singled, and popped out. At second is Mount. At first is Fergus. The Bee Diggers have 2 across. Again, getting those 2 runs back that they gave up in the 4th inning. And B.J. Hirschfeld's still got about 30 pitches in him when you look at the pitch count. Here we go with Reed. The stretch. And the offering. Fastball is up and away. That's also been the story of the inning. Just not throwing strikes here are the Sterling right-handers after doing a good job. The offering up and away again, 2-0. And Justin Griffith can break the game wide open if he gets to bat. 2-0 from Hume, up and away again. He's throwing hard, but unable to find the zone. Well, if Reed walks, it'll be the 4th walk issued in the inning. 3-0. That's upstairs. And the bases are loaded for Justin Griffith, who's doubled, singled, and popped out. The Bee Diggers have the 5-2 lead, but man, if you could take the field with a 7-2 or 8-2 advantage, and you'd feel almost secure in victory with Hirschfeld and the way he's pitching, even with a 5-2 lead. Stretch by Hume. The pitch, and that is a strike with a fastball on the outer half at the knees to the left-handed hitting center fielder. No balls and 1 strike. And the offering, swing and a miss, and Griffith pulled his entire body out of the box there. Wanted to pull the ball badly. It's 0-2. He's got to stay in there a little bit longer. No balls and 2 strikes with the bases full of Bee Diggers. Pitch to Griffith. Inside, off the glove of Cloberdance, but just off to his right. 1-2 to Griffith. At third is Mount. Fergus at second. Noah Reed is at first. Hume gets the sign. And the 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball is a called strike 3 on the outside corner. Griffith was frozen there on a tremendous pitch by Bodie Hume. And that does it for the Beet Diggers in the 7th. 2 runs on 1 huge hit, a double that scored a run by Aaron Williams. 1 error, which also scored a run, and the bases were left loaded. The Beet Diggers have stranded 10 through 7 innings, but they do have a 5-2 lead going into the bottom of the 7th on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. We go to the bottom of the 7th inning where the Beet Diggers lead the Tigers in Sterling 5-2. It'll be the 7, 8, and 9 hitters. Bodie Hume, Wade Kellogg, and Jacob Segi. Hume grounded to second and grounded to third. He is 0 for 2 in the game. B.J. Hirschfeld has thrown 78 pitches and is looking to go the distance. He struck out 5, walked 1, allowed 5 hits. The senior right-hander looks in. Wind and pitch. Fastball, a strike. On the outer half at the knees, it's 0-1. When they needed Hirschfeld the most, he's delivered 6 solid frames. They need 3 more outs from him. And the offering. Swung on and popped up on the right side. The second baseman, Jaron Peterson, to his left, squeezes it for the out. There's 1 down. 1 down for Wade Kellogg. Nope, check that. Of Christian Rose coming up. With 1 out and the bases empty. Yeah, Kellogg did strike out twice in his time up there. Rose also hitting from the right side. Umpire's got to make that change to the lineup card. The game just over 2 hours. Even though there's only 7 runs scored, some of these games go slower, especially when you leave men on base. And the offering. Fastball rides inside. 1 ball and no strikes. Here's the wind and pitch. Swung on and fisted foul to the screen. The count is leveled at 1-1. The Beet Diggers will not play until a week from today at home against University. That's a good thing because the weather this weekend is going to be terrible. And carrying into Monday as well. And the offering. And the changeup is upstairs, 2-1. Hirschfeld issued 1 walk and got away with it in the bottom of the 6th inning. We're in the 7th, 5-2 brush, 1 out and nobody on base for Sterling. The pitch swung on, fisted foul towards the Sterling dugout on the third base side. And the count moves to 2-2 on Christian Rose. Garcilaso gets the sign from the dugout. Wind, 2-2 pitch. In the dirt with a changeup. Pulled the string on that one, but got too much sink on that one. It is 3-2. The offering. Swung on, line towards right center field. Griffith to his left has to play it on a hop. It's a base hit. A base hit for Christian Rose. And for Sterling, that's their 6th base knock of the game. There's Jacob Segi. Segi had a bunt single, then struck out swinging. Oh, no, they're going to send him back. Yeah, they'll send him back. But somehow I cannot get this to... there we go. This will be Grayson Dudley. That will bat from the right side. He's had a limited number of at-bats this year. And then you get to the top of the order, so unless he hits into a double play, then Wheeler will hit next. Yeah, they still got to do the old-fashioned thing. Do the lineup card behind the plate, even with all the technology. So Dudley steps in from the right side. Rose with a 2-step lead, the stretch by Hirschfeld. The pitch. Swung on and fouled off the catcher. Went right at him. No balls and one strike. BJ not even close to 110 pitches, which is the limit. He's at 87. That's because he threw just 25 over the first 3 frames. Hirschfeld. Runner goes. Swung on, grounded to short. Baby's got it. Sets, throws to first. 2 down. Throw back to second, and Baby's got to back it up. I don't know why Williams did that, because there's no chance of getting out that base runner, but luckily the Beat Diggers made the play there. 2 down for Matthew Wheeler, who's been retired all 3 times. He grounded to short. He popped to left and then popped to the shortstop, Matos Garcia. B.J. Hirschfeld, 1 out away from a complete game. The stretch by the right-hander. Pitch to Wheeler. Swung on line, foul down to third base side. No balls and 1 strike. Hirschfeld's had that fastball tailing in, and it's caused fits at times against these hitters. At second is Rose, 5-2 Brush in the bottom of the 7th inning, as the Beat Diggers are going for their 7th victory of the year and 5th in Patriot League play. Hirschfeld gets a sign. And the pitch. Swung on, grounded into left field for a base hit. Rose to third. 2nd hit of the inning. And the 7th of the game for Sterling. And now the tying run is at the plate in Austin Nelson. Singled, popped out, and lined to the shortstop, Matos Garcia. Tough to hit it out today. I don't know if Nelson's even a home run hitter. Not a strong kid, but not tall in stature there. Hirschfeld looks back, the stretch. And the pitch in the dirt. Garcilaso's not going to throw to second. It's a stolen base for Wheeler. So no force situation now. And that was pitch number 91 for Hirschfeld. Still got plenty to play with. 1 ball and no strikes. Hirschfeld gets a sign. Now time is called. Nelson back in the box. With 2 runners in scoring position, but 2 down in the bottom of the 7th inning. 1-0. Swung on and fisted towards the second baseman Peterson on 1 hop. He throws to first, and the game is over. Nelson is retired, and the Brush Beat Diggers win the game over the Sterling Tigers 5-2. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 2 men left. We'll wrap it up in 1 minute. The Beat Diggers are back in the win column, 5-2 Brush on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. Beat Digger post-game show is brought to you by Mr. D's Ace Home Center, with 3 locations to serve you better. Sterling, Brush, and Fort Morgan, your headquarters for all your home, farm, and ranch supplies from plumbing to feed. Mr. D's Ace Home Center, as the Beat Diggers avenge Tuesday's loss and defeat the Tigers in Sterling 5-2. For Brush, 5 runs on 10 hits, 1 error. They stranded 10 on the base pass, 2 runs, 7 hits, 1 error, 6 left on base for Sterling. The winning pitcher going the distance was B.J. Hirschfeld. The loss went to Wade Kellogg. Time of the game was 2 hours and 8 minutes, and the Beat Diggers did not waste any time in this game, as in the first inning, Baby Matos Garcia would hit a double, scoring Matt Coe, making it 1-0. 2 batters later, Aaron Williams had a single, scoring Baby, and that was a 2-0 lead, and it stayed at 2-0 until the Beat Diggers had a huge opportunity in the 4th inning. Matt Coe was hit with the bases loaded. Wade Kellogg was taken out in favor of Anthony Jimenez, but then the Beat Diggers made a base running mistake. Next hitter was retired, so they had to settle for 1 run in that 4th inning, and Sterling had some momentum as they got a 2-run single from Evan Wisdom in the bottom of the 4th inning, and all of a sudden it was a 3-2 game, and it stayed that way until the top of the 7th inning, when Tiger pitchers issued 4 walks. Aaron Williams was able to take advantage with an RBI double, making it 4-2, and then an errant throw by the catcher Cloberdance into center field, as Williams had advanced all the way to third, was able to score him. The only error committed by Sterling And that was it, 5-2, as the Beet Diggers pick up the victory today. And certainly the left-handed hitters were instrumental for Brush, as Matt Coe had 2 hits. Looked like he had 3, but they called him out for not stepping on first base in the 6th inning, which would have plated a 4th run. Aaron Williams with a couple of hits as well, and Justin Griffith. In fact, they had 6 of Brush's 10 hits in a game. The Beet Diggers with a victory are now 5-2 in Patriot League play, 7-2 overall, and Sterling drops to 5-5 overall, 5-3 in league play. Beet Digger Player of the Game is brought to you by Cargill Beef, committed to feeding the world in a responsible way by reducing environmental impact and improving products and processes. Learn about Cargill's story of commitment at Cargill.com. They needed pitching. The pitching was a disaster the last 2 games, but today they got it from B.J. Hirschfeld. Player of the game, 92 pitches. He struck out 5, walked just 1, and allowed 7 hits, and he went the distance for Brush as the ace right-hander stepped up when the Beet Diggers needed him the most on the road against Sterling. And the Beet Diggers will not be playing until a week from today, when some bad weather is going to come in here over the weekend, so that's a good thing for Brush. And they will entertain University. And by the way, as I mentioned earlier, on Tuesday, Valley beat University 11-1. Today, University beat Valley 11-1. Very odd, but that's what happened in Patriot League play. Outstanding job, as always, by our sound engineer and producer, Rose Condas. I'm John Beltran. The final score: the Beet Diggers win in Sterling over the Tigers 5-2 on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com.